In today's China, women who pursue doctoral degrees are looked at very differently from women who don't. Many say women should not get so much education because it will be hard for them to find a match. What's more, female PhDs have a bad reputation for being late into the dating game as research takes away their beauty and youth. Channel C is going to explore and break down these myths of female PhDs.
As a Chinese student specifically, other than those academic challenges and sometimes even physical challenges, that probably there's also other layers of pressure of being a female PhD student in Chinese society. And let's talk about that. What are this extra layer of pressure coming from?
I think it's partly from family or partly from the mass media that people think of female PhD as something that's really different from the rest of the world. There may be the idea that, first of all, females are not supposed to get PhD, and when they do, they become this certain type of people that we don't know how to handle them.
Yeah, the pressure is coming from everywhere, like family and friends and also like the peers in my life, because all of them are wondering about how should I do with my personal life, because we have to devote a lot of time to academic.
And it sounds like there are lots of comments online that's talking about the girls with PhD degrees as well, and let's take a look at these. So the first one is saying there are three kinds of people in the world: men, women, and women with PhD degrees. And then there's also a comment from this Guangdong CPP member who's saying that a girl is like a product. Now he's been selling herself for 20-some years, but still haven't sold themselves. So from the perspective of marriage, getting a PhD degree is not increasing their value, but decreasing their value. So how do you guys feel about comments like these? I feel they're quite harsh, actually, of talking about you guys as product.
Personally, I find those comments insulting and also pretty stupid. I actually think it might be biased by the people that I interact with a lot. I don't see a conflict between the two from the people around me, because I see many people who found their significant other in graduate school, and many of them lead to very happy marriage. I kind of think that those are the two lines that can be pursued at the same time, as long as you find a good balance. It's not like you devote 5 or 6 or 7 years to graduate school and then you do nothing but doing research and studying. I don't see why it should differ depending on gender, because the independence and the intelligence and hard working, all those qualities that would lead to success should be the same for women and men. And those are the qualities that I would say is desirable in everyone.
Right, I agree.
I think that may be more apparent in China than it is here. The ideas that I can choose my own life are prevalent in this culture, and everyone, regardless of what your degree is, even if you don't even go to college, you are encouraged to do what you think is right for you and not really caring too much about what other people say, as long as you don't do horrible things. But because of that, PhD is just one of the many choices that you can make. So it doesn't mean that if you choose that one, then you are better than people who do not choose it. Because many people just choose not to do it, not because they cannot if they really want to. It's just because they are not interested in becoming a scholar.
Well, I think the problem is marriage itself is something like it's pretty age sensitive. So for us, it really takes a long time for us to get a PhD degree.
So maybe from the other way around, knowing there are such pressures in China of being this female PhD student, does that make it easier for you to actually pursue a PhD degree here, so that you don't need to face all those kind of pressures?
Probably, yeah. I think there are many reasons why I come to this country for my PhD degree, but one of them among all is that I don't need to care too much about what others think. And then no one here will be saying that you shouldn't get a PhD because you're a girl. Something.
So maybe in the end, do you guys have any words of advisement for those other Chinese girls interested in a PhD career?
Just go for it. I think like being a better one is always our goal, and there is always someone who can fund our values.
Yeah, I will say that too.
Oh.
Also, like as long as you know what you are going for, then make your choice.
And you don't have to listen to what other people think?
No.
Why bother? You know?
Sure. Well, thank you very much.